Hey family and friends, good morning to you. I'm PY and welcome to another episode of Breakfast of Champions. Man, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I hope you were blessed by last week's episode, the 5 stages of relationship. And I'm going to be going through that again today with each and every one of you. Man, if you missed last week's session, go ahead and watch it, like, subscribe, comment. You know what to do already. But I want to go ahead and get into this. Last week, we looked at the 5 stages of relationship. Relationship is a big subject. And the more and more I look at our generation, I weep with tears because divorce is at an all-time high, especially within our generation. Now we have people who marry and within 6 months they're divorced. We have people who marry and within a year they're cheating or, they don't want to be in the marriage anymore. Marriage is the only institution that you enter into that you are given a certificate before you even take the test. In other words, you learn as you go. It's the same thing with relationships. You learn as you go. You don't fully understand what you're capable of till you get with someone else and that person begins to rub on you. Not in that way. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. So the moment you get with someone who's iron and that person begins to rub on you, sparks will appear. Only iron can develop iron. Only iron can help iron be a better iron. And when you get into relationships, you're bound to have issues. You're bound to have arguments. You're bound to have ups and you're bound to have downs. This is what relationships are about. And last week I went through the 5 stages of every relationship. Even people who are married till now are still going through this. You will never graduate. You will never, be done. This is what each and every one of us will continue to go through in relationships, in marriage. You can say right now, oh, I don't like my wife. I'm done with my wife. I'm going to divorce her. But let me tell you right now, the next woman you get with, you're still going to go through attraction. You're still going to go through maintenance. You're still going to go through conflict. You're still going to go through healing. You could say, oh, I don't like my man. He doesn't give me money. He's cheating. He's abusive. I'm telling you right now, the next man you get with, all right, cool. He might not be a cheat. He might not be abusive, but you're still going to go through attraction. You're still going to go through maintenance. You're still going to go through conflict and you're still going to go through healing. And there was one stage that I didn't really touch last week. And it's possibly one of the most important stages. And that stage is intimacy. Yeah. Intimacy is the most important stage of any relationship. Now, when I say intimacy, many of you may be thinking sex. No, sex is a product of intimacy. Stay with me now. Sex is a product of intimacy. What intimacy actually is discovery. When you begin to discover your partner more and more, you know her shoe size, you know her waist size, you know her dress size, you know what she likes to eat, you know her 5 love languages, you know everything about her, the type of hair she wears, you know your partner really well, you know what time he wants to eat, you know his routine, you know he likes to go to the gym, you know what kind of perfume he wears, you know what happened to him when he was young. This is intimacy. Intimacy is the intricate details of your partner that draws you closer to that person. Now, the problem with intimacy today is we have narrowed intimacy down to just sex. That's all intimacy has become. Intimacy for our generation and many others have just become sex. It's all about, and see, we're talking about the 5 stages of relationship. But now it's no longer 5 stages. We have attraction. We have conflict, we have intimacy. That's what we have in today's generation. We have attraction, we have conflict, and we have intimacy. And in most cases, you don't even have the conflict. You just have attraction and intimacy. Can I be real? In most cases, you only have attraction and intimacy. You see someone, you like what they look like, so you sleep with them. Now, I'm not here to judge anybody or say it's wrong or it's right. That's not my place. But what I am saying is that's not what love is. That's not what God designed us for. And I'm going to get into that in next week's episode. But right now, I want to go through those 5 stages again. We have attraction. And attraction is the honeymoon period. We all love the honeymoon period. When you get married, you've been through a lot of stress preparing the big day. And that's the problem. Many of us prepare for the big day, but we never prepare for the marriage. We never prepare for the journey. We never prepare to enjoy what we are about to go through. Rather, many of us, than enjoying what we are going to enjoy or what we're going to go through, we endure it. So many people don't take time to actually look ahead and say, hey, what's my marriage going to look like? Where am I going to live? How many children do we want to have? What's your genotype? What country do you want to stay in? We don't take time to talk about the intricate details, the intimate things that draws that person closer to us. All we do is we go through the honeymoon period. And after the honeymoon period, we jump straight into intimacy. And by definition of this generation, intimacy is sex. But intimacy is not sex. Sex is a product of intimacy. When you get married, for example, if your wife's love language, there are 5 love languages. If you don't know about it, go and read about it. There are 5 love languages. And if your wife's love language is touch, that's a way to be intimate with her. You wake up in the morning, you kiss her forehead. Before you leave for work, you give her a hug and say, baby, I'm going to see you later. I know it doesn't sound realistic. Okay, I get it. But listen, if that's what she likes, you've got to find a way to meet that need. Because the more you meet that need, the more the intimacy between the two of you grow. See, the problem with so many marriages today and relationships is, especially when it comes to sex, the man just wants to jump in, jump out, he's done. Whereas sex for a woman begins with just, good morning, baby, how you doing? You can put that Barry White voice on hey, good morning, baby, how you, I don't know, you could do all of that jazz and stuff, So for a woman, it's not just jump in. No, she wants to know you care. How you touch her tells her how you care. How you comfort her tells her how you care. How you hold her tells her how you care. The details, how you pay attention to them, tells her how you care. All these things for a woman represents intimacy. And for a man, it's similar. When you notice, hey, baby, have you been going to the gym? You look a bit bigger. And he's like, yeah, I've been going 2 days now. I've been going for 2 days, and yeah, I can see the biceps coming out. Oh, you can see those? Oh man. See, for a man, you're stroking his ego, though that draws you closer to him. For many of us, especially those of us who still have our parents around, we have spent so many years with them that we understand how they function. Because the years that we have spent with them have helped us to be intimate with them. I remember growing up, anytime I wanted to ask my father for money, I know the exact time to ask him for money. It's whenever his friends were around. That's how intimate we were. I knew, no, I'm not going to ask him for money when he's just sitting by himself and he's looking at all the bills he needs to pay. No. I'm going to wait for his friends to come around. I'll be like, Dad, you have £20. And he'll give the £20 to me. How did I get to that, or how did I come about that knowledge? Through years of relationship with my father. And see, as you embark on this journey with your partner in your relationship, through years of experience, you will begin to peel back the layers and see different sides of that person, not because they're bipolar, but simply because as a person, there are different sides to you. What you are when you go through the attraction phase may not necessarily be the same person when you go through the conflict stage. Everybody's always showing the best version of themselves at the attraction stage, but by the time they get to the conflict stage, man, you see a whole different person. Man, I ain't gonna do this. Oh, you ain't gonna do that. I'm not about to cuss on the program, but you know how some people get when we get hot and heavy. Some people you walk away, some other people you slam things, some people you hit things. You know what I mean? So when you see different phases of a person, you just need to understand that you're going through the seasons. You're going through the stages of relationship. Man, I want you guys to join me next week as we begin to look more at some of these stages of relationship. I hope you guys are being blessed by this. I hope you're getting something. And next week, I'm definitely going to go a bit deeper. But Father, I want to use this time just to pray for every relationship and every marriage. Right now, so many relationships and marriages are struggling. They're on the rocks. Some have separated, some have divorced. Father, I just ask that your unconditional love will touch the hearts of these individuals, especially those who are married. I ask, oh God, that you mend every broken heart, you mend every broken home. As we dig deeper on this word, Father, I just ask that you draw us closer to you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Friends, family, thank you so much for joining me again for Breakfast of Champions. Man, if you've been blessed by today's session, go ahead and drop a bow because you already know breakfast has been served. God bless you.